Ambient music is a genre that I've really grown to be quite fond of over the years. I listen to it on walks and going to sleep and writing as well. It's a genre that encompasses a lot of emotions for me, so getting to the point, here are five ambient albums that I really enjoy, and this isn't in any order or anything. I'm just listing it off the top of my head. Number one goes to Flying Fish Ambience by Rainforest Spiritual Enslavement. Quite a title and band name, I know. Um, this is one of the many projects by a guy called Dominic Furnow, who's mainly known for his work in the band Purient and Vatican Shadows. I really enjoy all of his projects. He just has a pretty good knack with atmosphere, and it translates really well to the weird ambient jungle, whatever it is. I also really like this album that he did called Ambient Black Magic, but it just doesn't make the cut because although it is a great album, I think this one sticks out more to me. It's just the most peaceful album you could ever listen to. And if you don't believe me, just go sit out on a bench or something outside and listen to this. It's therapy, I'll tell you. Rain's Coming Down is one of my personal favorite tracks on this album, and the mood is just indescribable. Number two, we're going with another deep cut here, but a lot of you aren't probably familiar with these albums either. It's called Call to the Deep by Kuroto Kage. By the way, this list has a range of different styles of ambient. So you have dark ambient and ritual ambient, whatever the hell, anything. I've heard this labeled as Japanese synth, dark ambient, or ritual ambient. I don't know which one it is, and I don't really care about the label because it just sounds so good. I see it as a dark ambient album influenced by a lot of traditional Japanese folklore. It does have some traditional Japanese instruments in it, and I'm usually not into that type of music, but it's really good here. It's got a very creepy segments in the beginning, and but it shows a lot of restraint where it has quiet parts and then ramps it up into these really intense segments. Towards the end, you get this very beautiful and cathartic song, and that's something you don't usually see on many ambient albums. They tend to just stay towards one mood, and that's it. But this shifts from different moods all the time. It's a really solid dark ambient record, and I hope that the Silent Hill F soundtrack is sounds like this to some degree. But we'll see. One thing that I will say about this album though is it's quite hard to find. It used to be on YouTube, but it got taken down. So if you do some searching online somewhere, you'll eventually end up finding it. But it's just a good album. Number three, I'll give it to Telrulian Slaked Furnace by Lurker of Chalice. I don't know if I said that right. Now, Lurker of Chalice is one of my favorite bands of all time, and it's only got two albums. You obviously have the self titled album, which is one of the most haunting and harrowing albums I've ever heard. Then you have this album, which, to my understanding, is just a group of unreleased tracks. Yeah, so this one is another project by a man called Jeff Whitehead, who's mostly known for his work in Leviathan, and that band is also amazing. It boasts a very depressing and angry mood, but in this one, it's a little bit different. Um, Jeff Whitehead is a legitimately troubled person, and that's why he's an expert at crafting these harrowing atmospheres. If you're familiar with him, even in the slightest, you know why he makes this stuff. This is some seriously powerful stuff. I can't really even listen to it in one sitting because it overwhelms me that much, but I highly recommend it to people who can handle that kind of thing. Number four is a very obscure one by the name of Traces of Nothingness by Svartson. I, another one I don't think I pronounced right, but my pronunciation's crap. I think this album cover perfectly encapsulates what this album is about. It's very cold and mechanical, and sometimes I'll just throw it on in the background when I'm writing something. It instantly creates a dark and heavy mood that I want. Number 5 is gonna raise some eyebrows, but I'm putting the Silent Hill 2 soundtrack on here. Yes, it's a video game soundtrack, but I don't care. Akira Yamaoka is a genius when it comes to throwing these soundtracks together. In the first game, it's interesting because it was more like harsh noise and industrial, but this soundtrack here reflects the sad tone of the story. The music on this album is so tranquil and meditative. It's not really quite as dark as some of the other albums on this list. But it's a really great soundtrack, and if I kept going, I'd be saying everything else everyone else has said. So, yeah. And there you have it. That's my top 5 ambient albums. I'm probably going to do more lists on my favorite genres, so stay tuned and thanks for watching.